I've been waiting to make this announcement for a while, but had to wait until it was the right time. I think right now is the right time. Um, After a lot of praying and hearing from the Lord sending me out to the nations. I'm based in California, and I've done work here in California. You know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in this state, and it's sad that so many people are unaware of what's going on. And, you know, the leaders, the church leaders are working so hard every day to be able to go out and speak publicly, to be shamed for doing so, to have people flip me off, to see persecution when I'm out doing my thing and doing my outreaches. But it's okay because I know there's people that are receiving the word. But California needs a lot of work. And I've been spending probably the past 3.5 months trying to do something every day, just trying to go out there, because this vision was given to me to do this when I was living in Cambodia. God gave me the vision of starting in California and then going out to the nations. And when I say nations, I don't mean leaving the United States just yet. You know, I believe that'll come later. But I look at each individual state in the United States as its own nation. And we can clearly see certain states like California, Oregon, Washington, these Democrat-run states with these demonic governors and mayors. You know, these are the states that need to be reached. And I've been doing the work every day trying to reach, and little by little we're seeing change. But it's going to come down to judgment. It is really going to come down to judgment if these states don't wake up. We can look at it, I believe, as a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. God is trying to wake up the people. God is shaking the states. God is exposing the corruption. And we just got to continue with our intercessory prayers, and we just got to keep working hard every day. So I know this state needs a lot of work, but God has spoken to me and has given me a vision of going out to the nations. Going out to the nations. The time for playing is over. No more time to play. Playing around is finished. We are at war. This is war. We are here. Spiritually, it's a spiritual battle. We are at war. So I've been given places to go. I've been given visions of where to go. And I have a place in mind which I'm going to be going to. And it's time to rise up as a leader. It's time to rise up to do something bold that I have not seen done before. And when I first saw this vision, you know, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was crazy. And I don't know what other people are going to think about it. I really don't care what other people think about it, but this needs to be done. And I get very emotional talking about it because it's really powerful, but this needs to be done. There's no more time to play around. Crimes against humanity have gone on for too long, and everything is being exposed, and it's over. It's finished. I'm done with it. I can no longer sit back, stay silent in one state while all this is going on. Cities need to be reached. Territories need to be reached. Communities need to be reached. People need to hear the message. And I'm going to go wherever the Lord leads me. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's not up to what people think. It's what is up to my relationship with God and me, and what God is putting in my mind and putting in my soul of what needs to be done. And this is what needs to be done, which leads me to Joel chapter 2, which this is what we are coming upon right now. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. And rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God. For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. God's army is rising up. Okay? The ecclesia is rising up. The world wants to wait for somebody to fix everything. They want to wait for Trump to come in and fix everything. Everyone is just sitting back hoping that some politician is going to fix everything. Well, let me tell you right now, the only one that is going to fix anything is God Almighty. I do not put my faith in man. I do not trust man. I only trust God, and I'm going to go where he leads me. It's time for the church leaders to rise up. It's time to take it by force. The kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and now the violent takes it by force. It is time to take it by force. It is no longer time to play around. It is no longer time to play. So I'm strapping on the full armor of God, and I'm going where I need to go, wherever God leads me. That's what's coming up here pretty soon. Nothing is going to stop me. I rebuke anything trying to stop me. I rebuke any enemy trying to stop me. I rebuke any stronghold trying to stop me. Lately, it's been a spiritual battle trying to tell me that I cannot go out and do this, that I'm not good enough to go out and do this. Well, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I am going to go out there, and I'm going to stand up for God's people. We are going to rise up. God's army is ready to rise up. Ecclesia, rise up. This is what needs to be done. We'll stand upon this word. Will not compromise. Child sex trafficking is coming to an end. Here's the thing. The devil knows that his time is short. The devil knows what God's ultimate goal is. God's goal is for God's kingdom to invade the earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It would be a new world. But what does Satan do? He wants to counterfeit and copy everything with his new world order. God's kingdom is going to invade the earth. We are going to see revival in America. We are going to see revival in the nations all over the world. But it's up to us to stand upon this word and not compromise. So it's time to go out to the nations. It's time to leave California and go wherever God is sending me and circle back right here to reach California, because I declare that we are going to see revival in California, from Los Angeles to San Francisco to Palm Springs to Indio to Moreno Valley to Riverside to Sacramento. All of California is going to see revival. And for the people that don't want to put their faith in God and see the truth, and if you want to be hand delivered to your enemies, that's exactly what's going to happen. Just read what has happened in every other generation. You want to serve your false gods? Go right ahead. You can go to your false gods, but I declare that there's a people, there's a remnant, there's a residue that's about to rise up and take the keys to the kingdom and take the power back. And it's not going to happen by sitting inside the house behind a computer screen, typing on Facebook. It's going to take you going out into your communities, making a change. God is looking to use his sons and daughters. Many are called, but few are chosen. So I strap on that armor of God. I have my shield and my sword right here, and I'm ready to go out. Now, this I had to pray about. This I had to pray about because I never wanted to do this for income. I never wanted to do this for money. But God said, you know what? If somebody wants to bless you, if they want to give you an offering, if they want to partner with you, then go ahead and do it. So you know what? I'm going to ask you, if you want to partner with my vision, if you want to partner with what I'm about to do, if you want to sow into what I'm going to do to pay for travel expenses, to pay for places to sleep. Look, I don't care if I rent a car and I sleep in my car. I did it in the wrestling business. People thought I was crazy when I was coming up in the wrestling business. Look, I used to travel from California to Florida on my own dime just to try to get an opportunity in the wrestling business, working with TNA Wrestling. Got paid very little, but that's how bad I wanted. I was always willing to make the sacrifice to make it and reach my dream. I would sleep in the airports. I would rent a car for 28 bucks a day and sleep in the Walmart parking lot and shower at the Gold's Gym and then go to work 12 hours a day working for TNA Wrestling, total nonstop action. I would fly out to other states for a wrestling opportunity. Even if I didn't get paid for my flight, I would pay 400 bucks just to fly out. So why wouldn't I sacrifice everything that I have to work for the kingdom of God, to do God's work that he's called me to do? I'm not looking for money, but I'm going to put it out there. If you want to partner with me, then I would be so grateful, and it will help pay for expenses. But even if you don't, it's still going to happen anyways, because God will always provide. If you want to partner, I'm going to provide all the expenses. I'm going to show where this money is going. This money is going to God's kingdom and doing the work of the Lord. This is what needs to be done. Me personally, I don't spend my money on nonsense. I don't spend my money on video games. I don't spend my money on cable TV. I take my money and I use it for whatever purpose God has for me. That's what we need to do. I decide, we got to boycott these certain companies and we got to put money where it needs to go. If you want to partner with me, I'm going to post all the information. There'd be like a Venmo or something like that, or however you want to do it. If you want to sow and partner, please do. If not, it is okay, as long as you continue to keep me in your prayers. Thank you. But I just wanted to share this. I wanted to share this announcement, share this news. It is time that I leave this comfort zone and I go out to the nations of the United States and I go where God has called me. God has called me to a specific place coming up real soon to do work for the Lord. And it has to be done. I thought it was crazy. When I got this vision, I thought it was crazy, but it has to be done. There is no turning back. There is no sitting back and say, oh, well, I got this vision, but I didn't do it. I don't know what could have happened. I'm going to go out and do it. I am going to go follow where the Lord is telling me to go. I don't care where it is. I have to go. I got to go. So this is what's coming up. If you want to partner with me, please do. If not, it is okay. Thank you guys so much for your support. Even though I've been shadow banned and everything on Facebook, thank you guys for supporting. Please share the video. Please follow the journey. This is our chance right now. This is our chance. We are not going to let what is happening in Canada happen to America. We are not going to let what is happening in Australia and the UK happen in America. God's hand is still on this nation. God is not finished with America. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my discernment. I feel it in my every fiber of my being that this nation needs to be fought for. We need to fight for it. And we're not going to sit back and wait for Trump or any other psychological operation with Q and all this other stuff they're pulling to try to keep the American patriots silent and just lazy, not doing anything. Something should have already been done, but we are at the fullness of time, and I believe now that God is ready to send out his army, and this is what's coming. God's will be done. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is what we're coming to. Thank you guys so much for watching. The time for playing is over. We are at war spiritually, and we are going to win this war, but it's going to take us to rise up and realize that we are in this war and wake up and stop being comfortable. Stop being comfortable in the house. Stop being comfortable behind a television screen. Stop being comfortable behind a laptop. Here's how I look at it. Every world war, World War I, World War II, look at this in the spirit. You got World War I, you got World War II. You have the soldiers being sent out to Afghanistan. You got soldiers being sent out to Iraq, wherever they're going, while you have the people that aren't soldiers, that are civilians, just living their regular life, still doing their normal thing. In this case, people are still living their normal lives while all their idolatry, sports, movies, entertainment, all been shut down, and they're wanting things to get back to normal. They are the civilians. We are the ones on the front lines in this battle, but instead of a physical battle, this is a spiritual battle. What happens in the spiritual realm manifests to the physical realm. That's why your prayers and decrees are so important. So while we have people on the front lines, we got people on the front lines going from nation to nation. We got people on the front lines being intercessors and praying for our nation, praying for the regions and territories. Keep praying, keep decreeing, keep doing what you're doing. But amplify it. Do more of it. We need it. We need it more than ever. God is looking to raise up his sons and daughters. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. bless all of you. Please share the video.